Hey guys, it's Lego with Lego Vids here again with another gameplay video for the Diablo 3 beta. Today we're going to be doing a gameplay with the Demon Hunter. Again, this is during patch 13, so as we play through you'll get a chance to check out some of the new runes and abilities that the different classes have had implemented for them. So let's go ahead and get started.
The fallen star is near.
In case you're new to the game, the Demon Hunter actually works on two different resources, unlike some of the other classes. He has Hatred, and he also has Discipline. Usually Hatred is used for offensive abilities, and Discipline is used for more like tactical kind of abilities. You'll have a few different types of abilities that you'll have. You'll have some that actually generate hatred for you. You have some that spend hatred, and then you have others that actually spend discipline. And as far as I know, there's no real way to like regenerate discipline other than just waiting over time. And I think you can get some passives that allow like health globes to generate discipline for you. This first ability that we have, it actually has a chance to pierce the target, and in addition to that, it actually seeks out targets, and so that's why you'll see it cut through targets and come back. So this is actually called Hungering Arrow. It generates 3 hatred, 115% weapon damage, seeks out targets, 35% chance to pierce. So it's kind of cool because if it does pierce the target and it's the only target there, it'll just come back and hit it again, so you kind of get like a double hit, which tends to be pretty strong. I will be skipping the different quest text and videos as I play through this, and so if you are interested in seeing those, you can check out my Witch Doctor video, and that has all of those there. Looks like the first skill we're picking up is Impale, 250% weapon damage, and it actually spins hatred, so that's why it hits so hard.
The dead will overthink.
Check this merchant, see if he has any nice weapons for me. No, he doesn't have any range stuff. I think it's a different merchant. Oh, can't go over there yet. As I play through, you'll notice that I'll actually have a lot of gold and things like that. Like right now I have 7,000 gold. It's because I've played with other characters up to this point, and in Diablo 3 all of your characters share their gold with each other, so...
There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered.
Yeah, you see there that you can see it pierce through and come back and hit that guy again.
Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate
35% chance isn't too bad, so...
risen dead.
One neat thing with Demon Hunters, which you may notice now, is they can actually dual wield one-handed crossbows, which is kind of cool. Just make sure this is actually a DPS upgrade. And in my case, it's not. It's one thing to pay attention to is your DPS here. If the weapon that you're equipping to go with your other weapon, if it is significantly less, or in this case it's only just a little bit less weaker than the other weapon, it can actually bring your DPS down. I believe the threshold is within 75% or about that of your current weapon in order for it to be a DPS upgrade, so just make sure you're paying attention to that when you dual wield. If you ever played Diablo 2, Hungering Arrow is kind of like Guided Arrow was, where it can pierce through and come back. You actually seek out a target, so if you just get near the target, so you don't even have to aim, it'll come back over. Doesn't look like it's quite as forgiving as Guided Arrow was in Diablo 2, but it's still kind of cool that it will help seek targets out. See, what did I pick up? Bola shot, huh? Alright, well let's trade Hungering Arrow out. Show you Bola shot. Bola shot shoots out an explosive bola that wraps around the target. After 1 second, the bola explodes for 130% weapon damage as fire to the target, and an additional 110% as fire to all targets within 7 yards. Generates 3 hatred. So they generate the same hatred, but technically bola shot's kind of more damage if you don't take into account that this could actually pierce and come back and hit again. You'd have to math that out to see what one's better for single target, but bola shot, not too bad. Let's give it a shot.
All of these chests are empty.
As you can see, I have to wait here.
Something
There's a
isn't right
15-second cooldown on your spell when you swap it in, so kind of encourages you to stick to the spell that you had. Not sure why that guy's just standing there. Got new gloves out of it. I used to really not like bola shot at all, but it kind of grew on me after a while. Once I got used to like the timing of it and the delay on the explosion, you know, I started to really get a better feel for how the ability works, and it made it not as uncomfortable, because I was used to, you know, you hit somebody with something that does damage right away, but that's not true with bola shot. You have to wait a second for the damage to actually go off, and so it took a while to get used to. Now you can sit here and stack up multiple shots and they'll all explode like one after the other, so you don't have to like wait for it to explode to shoot another shot off, but there is going to be a second delay before you actually see the damage go into your target. So, but after a while I started using it as my main attack as far as like hatred generator, and I mean, I really enjoy it. I think it's a good shot. I like the AoE aspect of it. That's nice for a hatred generator. Head to town, turn this quest in.
Thank you for your... Come.
I don't think this guy sells any ranged weapons. No, I think it's a different vendor I can't reach yet. I can see it on the map here. Maybe I can reach him now. Nope, this dude's still in the way.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much.
I can always
about
go craft a
her. She died
weapon.
when I was very young.
That's another thing
I was
that
raised by Uncle
is
Dick.
true in Diablo 3 is you can actually craft gear,
I'm told
and
he was a great warrior who was lost when
your
Tristram fell to the
you actually use the blacksmith to craft stuff. He you level him up and he does all your crafting and stuff for you. Check that out. I never knew you could do that. You can use a shield with a ranged weapon, so you could use like a one-handed bow with a shield. It's kind of interesting. I'll keep it for now because that other bow doesn't DPS increase, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, what I was saying is that the crafting across all your characters is shared too, so because I've leveled up the blacksmith to craft stuff for me already on other characters, I would be able to use him already to continue to help this brand new character out, which is kind of cool.
Here's the key.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow his way. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
lucky me. Yellow gloves. Attack speed, regenerate life, 4% magic bind. Not bad. I don't think I've ever seen a rare actually drop from anything other than the Skeleton King. What luck. And even then, I've only ever seen it drop from the very first time you kill the Skeleton King. For those of you unaware, the Skeleton King, and I think it's true of all bosses actually, they have an increased chance to drop gear for you, like actual good gear for you the very first time you kill them. And so it encourages you to kill the boss at least once, but it's not as good necessarily for repeat kills.
The infamous TRISTRAM Cathedral. I'm close to the fallen star now. So this is where the star fell. My quarry must be near.
Caltrops, huh? New skill, Caltrops. Lay a trap of Caltrops on the ground that activates when an enemy approaches. Once sprung, the Caltrops slow the movement of enemies within 12 yards 60%. Lasts 6 seconds. Can't say I've really ever used this skill. And oddly enough, it doesn't look like it's on cooldown. And it uses discipline, so as I said before, discipline tends to be for your more tactical kind of abilities rather than actual damage dealing ones. And it looks like the Caltrops just drop wherever you're standing. Yeah, like it doesn't go where my cursor is. So I suppose if I was kiting I could drop it and they would have to run through that. I guess I don't know, I'm kind of back and forth on whether or not I like that. Part of me says, yeah, I like it because I can run and drop it at the same time. But part of me says I don't like it because I can't like set it out in front of me. Or like set it right on top of mobs and then pull them towards me or something. Like for example, like if I wanted to set it in this doorway and like shoot through it, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that. I actually have to run up there.
The grotesques may seem slow and senseless.
It's alright though. I mean, it's good to have an AoE stun, or a snare rather. I mean, being able to put it in a doorway and snare everything through it would be useful for sure. And it doesn't have any sort of cooldown. It's only 8 discipline, and you have a decent amount of discipline anyway. So, I mean, you'd be able to cover a pretty good area with it if you needed to.
A darkness that I cannot.
That's another reason I actually like the bola shot is being able to blow up like these whole set, like different sets of barrels. You don't have to shoot a whole bunch of times, just shoot it once and let it blow up.
I don't want to change.
Starting to feel my weak weapon. Have to hit these guys a whole bunch of times. Oh, short bow. This will probably be an increase. Yep. And with bows, it'll allow me to use a quiver as well. Bows are considered two-handed, so I can't dual-wield bows or anything like that. I could those one-handed crossbows. But I can pick up quivers, and in patch 13 they actually adjusted quivers so that they always have some kind of plus damage on them. And so that's actually really good, because before you pretty much couldn't beat dual-wielded crossbows because just the quivers weren't worth it. They couldn't buff up the damage of a bow enough to be competitive. So now that quivers can give plus damage too, that'll hopefully make it so that a two-handed crossbow or an actual bow will be competitive.
No man has greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
I tend to really like weapons that shoot fast. I like to be able to attack fast, especially on classes that generate resources. Like the Demon Hunter generates hatred, so the faster I can attack, the more hatred I can generate, and then I can use like my hatred spenders, like Impale, which hits really, really hard. I can use those more often, so I tend to like weapons that attack really fast, which does favor dual wielding anyway. So I'm not sure how I'd play this in the end game, and it's just because I haven't seen very many different weapon types. But I think that I'd probably favor one-handed crossbows, but you have to play just to see how it feels.
My hatred is too low. Lazarus. Of that I am certain. He alone had the king's ear, and whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak,
I doubt that this will be an increase, but
nodded their empty heads in agreement.
This is only 1.2.
And sent us off to die.
Yeah, I'll probably have to pick up a different one. I don't think that's going to be an increase. That's something I just learned today, actually, is every class, their starter weapon has an attack speed of 1.2. Not really sure why Blizzard chose that. I don't know if it's just like a balancing thing, everybody starts with the same, or what it is. Like, here's my starting weapon. It's 1.2 attack speed, whereas a typical one-handed crossbow is going to have a 1.6. If it's not modified at all through like some attack speed bonus. And so it's just interesting to see that every class starts with a 1.2 attack speed.
Not enough hatred.
Oh, look at that. The Caltrap actually changes its graphic when something walks over it. Watch this. Nice. So you can actually see it activate. So it sits on the ground, and I guess once it activates, it has a 6-second remaining duration. So that's cool. So I could just like run around and carpet the ground in these. And then like anything that came through here would get snared basically. And these will... How long do these last? I have no idea how long these last. I'm gonna stand here for a second and check. This is definitely an upgrade. Not sure what this 8... Yeah. So I could actually dual wield this time, and it actually was an increase, so... There you go. They disappeared. So you can time that with the video timer or something. I don't know how long it was. 30 seconds, a minute maybe. But yeah, now You can see I dual with these crossbows. They attack so much faster than that bow, but I'm also dual wielding, which gives me that attack speed bonus as well. So I'm able to attack way faster. I don't know, I guess I just like the fast pace of being able to attack fast. Oh, this is another thing that actually is unique to the Demon Hunter is, unless they changed it, I don't have to actually hit anything with my generators to generate hatred. One, it just generates on its own, but two, even if I use it and I don't hit anything, it still generates for me. So I'm not sure why Blizzard decided to go that route with it, but it is something that's true for the Demon Hunter. You generate hatred even if you don't hit anything with your hatred generator. You're safe, Deckard. Run home. It's my phone. Yeah, I like that I can land early because now I can set it up for like a kite path. I didn't realize that before, so I thought it was only going to last 6 seconds once I dropped it, so I wasn't dropping it as early as I could have. Since mobs just tend to run at you in a straight line, I mean, you just get them following you, and you just drop a trail of them and just blast away. So Caltraps actually ends up being quite a bit more useful because of that, as long as you're not running out of discipline. So, which I mean, it generates at a decent speed.
I learned of
So.
a secret passage through old maps I found. We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Uncle,
Think not.
please, Uncle.
I worked my hands to the bone to bring you these fine goods.
Huh. Well, that's strange. I'll point this out to you guys in a second if you didn't catch that. Not sure why this is, but if you look at this weapon, the DPS is 8.5. If you look at my DPS, 15.54. The DPS of this weapon is 8.8, so it's higher. So you would expect my damage to be higher, but it's not. Now, I don't know if it's because this one attacks faster or what the deal is, but actually, now that I think about it, it probably is because this one attacks faster, because it means I can hit with the harder hitting weapon sooner. And so that's probably the case. It's still a little strange.
I worked my hands to the
Anyway, back to
The
it.
Skeleton King, the key to
Look, the dude finally decided to get out of the way.
Yes, yes. Don't touch anything unless you're buying it. Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded. Did you hear? Old Rumford has us down to task.
Let's go, Hadrig.
Sometimes death.
Look, thank you.
Nope, nope,
Follow me.
nope, nope, nope.
Hey,
Terrible.
come over here.
My friends, I'm sorry.
Sorrow won't serve your town, blacksmith. Not enough hatred.
Mira,
hits pretty hard.
I couldn't have done it. You'll find and if you
There's a big pack coming this time. Stand your ground. That's the last of them. The bridge is clear.
Scavengers are ugly, pathetic creatures who survive off of carrion and corpses, too diseased to attract any other carnivores. I did once meet a raggedy
Here's that bug
fellow who
again that I've
claimed
showed
he
you
had
guys in my
trained one of
previous
the beasts to
videos,
bring him
where they start
large rats
marking
to
the
eat.
where I'm
But
supposed to
sure
go
the
on the
story
map
is utter
far
nonsense.
before I'm there. I don't know if this is a bug, but it didn't happen in previous patches. I've said it in another video, but I'll say it here too in case you guys haven't seen them. This may be intended behavior, just because it could just be Blizzard holding a new player's hand to help them get through the beginning act, and it is designed to be kind of like a tutorial, and so I can see them doing it to help newer players out, but later on maybe they wouldn't do it anymore. And if that's the case, then I kind of agree, and I think it's okay to handhold a little bit early on like this. I just hope it doesn't always stay like that. Hard to run away from guys that can teleport, huh? Alright, let's see what we picked up. We did not gain any skills this level, but since it's level 6, we did get our very first rune ability, which I believe is going to be on Hungering Arrow, and it is. It's marked here with new. Piercing Arrow. Increase the chance for the arrow to pierce by 55%. Not bad, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. See if it changes the graphic at all. Actually, I'll show you the graphic without it first. Actually, I have to wait for this cooldown. I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so here's the graphic without. I'm gonna trade it out with the rune. Again, waiting on the cooldown. Usually when you rune an ability, it will change the way it looks, at least in some fashion. Some of the effects are drastically different, and then some of them are just very minor differences as far as how they look. So this one kind of looks like it's got more sparkles on it. So yay for sparkly demon hunters, I guess. But the piercing, I mean, the 50%, I mean, that's a pretty good chance, so it's kind of fun. I like watching the arrows bounce around like that. It's not as good for AoE though. I mean, not nearly what the bola shot is. I'll stick with this for now so you guys get a fair chance to actually see it, but probably gonna have to swap back to bola shot so I have some level of AoE. Unless I can pick up some new ability that'll give it to me so I don't need a bola shot for it.
Not enough discipline.
Actually got a few monk, or not monk, but demon hunter items only. So we got this hunter cloak, which is for demon hunters only, so it's a nice upgrade. And then this quiver, which may actually be a DPS increase. Let's see here. So we're at 15.92. It goes to 18.82. Yeah. It's because this bow isn't very good. It's actually a DPS increase because this one's going to give me plus damage. So, and can't complain about extra magic find either. So in case you're wondering, you can equip quivers even with a one-hander. And in some cases, depending on what gear is available to you, it may actually be worth it. But as you can see, my attack speed does slow down because I'm not dual wielding anymore. Two-handed crossbow. Still not better than my one-hander though, so unfortunately won't be trying that out. Actually, I suppose I can show it to you. Why not, right? So you guys can get a feel for what the different weapons look like. Crossbow looks freaking huge. I kind of like the animation, I guess. I kind of like the way it looks. Hopefully they introduce some cool crossbows in it later on in the game. Alright, I'm going to have to swap out to some decent abilities here. Have to use Bola Shot for the AoE, and I actually am going to swap... I can manage with this crossbow for now. Give you guys a chance to see it. This is actually a... one of the random events that you can run into during the run through of Act 1 and Matriarch's Bones, you can say here. Man, this crossbow is slow. What is the speed on it? 1.1, yeah. Much slower than dual wielding those 1.6 and 1.7 one-handed crossbows. Well, Impale makes pretty quick work of those little mini bosses there.
The dead are at peace now.
Alright, I think I'm going to swap back out.
Just my luck. The crown isn't even in this crypt.
Huh. Ah, okay. I was confused there for a second. 'Cause I hit that guy with Impale and it said it snared him. But Impale doesn't have a snare effect. But it came from the cold damage of the crossbow. So.
My hatred is too low.
Saw a shrine over here. I want to see what it is. Just a protection shrine. Let's see what we pick up this time.
The tragedies
Impact,
in these
huh?
lands have left many restless spirits in their
It's
wake,
for Impale.
and they demand retribution.
I didn't even notice I
These
picked up a
spirits
rapid
will take
fire.
out their vengeance
Should have been
on
using
any
that.
unsuspecting
That ability is cool as
individual
hell.
who may pass,
Anyway,
for
let's
they
look
believe
at
that
Impact.
the blood
Impale
of
will
the
knock
living will yet
the
restore
target
the
back and
lives
stun
that
them for
were ripped away
1.5
from
seconds.
them.
Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Once the cooldown's up, I'll show you what it looks like. Normal Impale doesn't really have much of a graphic. It's just kind of like lines that go towards the target. So we'll see what this improved version looks like. Here we go. That's yellow. Not much different though. I have to hit something that actually won't die from the hit so you can see the stun on it. Treasure Goblin, come back. Wow, did actually stun him. Cool. At least it said it did. Another crossbow. Two-hander, but too slow. Not enough DPS.
Some devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. The peasantry seem to believe that the goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. A ludicrous notion, truly.
Alright.
Well,
Poured out of here.
there isn't a
Wrong
crowd
dungeon.
here. I'd best try another.
I mentioned in my other videos that they put these dungeon stones here at the end of the different little crypts that you run into that teleport you back out to the beginning of the dungeon. I actually really like that because it keeps you from just having to mindlessly run back through the dungeon. It's just a waste of time and they kind of took that out. So it's nice. It gets you back into the game and back playing rather than just running. I probably won't keep this improved Impale, this impact on for too long. Let me show it to you on this guy though. There you go. You can see the stun. It's not bad. Wonder if I can time it to stun him the whole time. If I quit getting frozen to try on the next enemy, I guess. Yeah, these plus damage rings, at least right now at this low level. These are so good as far as increasing your damage. Like 22.48 with it and 19.27 without. So if you run across these plus damage things when you're playing, they're fantastic. Make sure you equip them. At least for early on in the game. I'm not sure what it'll be like later, but early on they certainly are amazing. What does this cost? 25, huh? Yeah, I bet if I could attack fast enough, I bet I could generate enough fury to pretty much keep something stunned. Speaking of attacking fast, this warning keeps showing up. It's just a bug in the beta right now. It's telling me that I have an empty slot that I can equip because I have a piece of gear in my bag that should be able to go in that slot, but it doesn't take into account that I'm not eligible to wear that piece of gear. The gear it's complaining about is this wizard hat right now, which is for wizards only. Alright, I'm going to swap back out to rapid fire, give you guys a chance to see that. So, rapid fire costs 20 hate, and then 10 hatred while channeling. Rapidly fire for 228% weapon damage. Really is one of the coolest abilities that the Demon Hunter has. I'm curious how many of you have not seen any gameplay videos at all, or very few, and are new to what these abilities are and that kind of thing, like completely new. I know a lot of you probably keep up with the Diablo news as it's released and are waiting to get in the beta and are excited for the game, whereas others may have just now started looking into news, and so seeing all these abilities is brand new for you. I'm curious to see what kind of different scope of people are watching. Yeah, there's rapid fire. Kind of a cool ability. Just stream of arrows. It doesn't even tend to eat your hatred up too bad, so it's nice.
I have a feeling that
It can be pretty strong for AoE and for single target, so kind of dual purpose there. Oh, check this out. Trap the hell out of this guy. Amazing. I don't know if I've ever beat him without ever having to move, so it's kind of funny.
The unburied are formed from human corpses that were flung into mass graves without a proper burial. This hideous amalgamation of bodies decomposes together into one being, bound by some foul magic. For all my knowledge, no, I will not allow you to bring that monster Leoric back to
It seems like he doesn't care about the trap at all. Yeah, that's just, man. That rapid fire does so much damage. It ate that guy like it was nothing.
You found the crown.
go ahead and salvage some of this stuff. In this game, never throw your blues away. You can always salvage them and make crafting materials out of them. So if they're not any good, just salvage them, turn them into crafting materials, and then you can craft something better.
Then we are allies. Each weapon you forge for me shall serve to purify
So,
these lands.
yeah, this is how it works. You end up training your blacksmith guy here, Hadrig, up. Mine's at level 4. You have a bunch of different stuff that you can craft. He learns it automatically, and I think later on in the game you can actually find plans and stuff like that, and when you do that you can teach those plans to Hadrig, and he'll learn how to make that item because you taught it to him. For now, I'm not going to craft any gear for this run through. I haven't for my other characters, so it's only fair. That way you get a more realistic comparison across the different playthroughs.
But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
Yeah, these caltraps are a lot more useful than what I originally thought they were. I mean, as far as being able to kite, it's not completely necessary this early on in the game, but knowing that I can so easily is, it's nice to know. I feel like I won't really have any trouble keeping guys off me for the most part. And so I'm sure there's certain guys that'll be able to get to me, like the teleporting ones have always been able to get to me, and some of them are just really fast anyway. But overall, I mean, it's kind of cool. Oh wait, I could probably actually wear this hat? Nope. Never mind, wizard hat again.
From our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
There we go. A hat I can actually wear. No, it won't pester me anymore about empty slots. I think. Or I hope. Volatile explosives. Let me guess. Bola shot? Sure enough. Let's see what it does. Increase the explosion radius to 14 yards. Don't see any reason not to grab that one. Looks like I grabbed evasive fire too. There it is. They're counting it as a defensive. It's actually a hatred generator. It generates 4 hatred, which is 1 more than the other hatred generator that I'm using right now, which is Bola Shot. It's also more than the Hungering Arrow, which is the ability I started with. 125% weapon damage. If an enemy is in front of you at close range, you'll backflip 15 yards. If you do backflip, it spins forward discipline. I'm going to go ahead and put this in place of caltraps right now, so you guys can get an idea of what it is. But, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Right now, this is going to be here, and then caltraps will be evasive fire. I'll primarily be using Bola Shot still, but I just want to show you guys what evasive fire does. It's definitely a cool ability as far as being able to kite your enemies around. It is fantastic for that. So
I will forever live in anguish.
you see what the new Bola Shot looks like? I hit the right button.
As we lay him to rest in his burial
I don't know.
he manifested
Doesn't
as
look
a
that much
hideous
different.
skeletal demon.
Maybe a little bit darker.
Gorash and my other
You
knights
think?
were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Frenzy. Oh yeah. I can show you evasive fire now. Those guys would have been good to show you on, but I'll show you down here.
Maintain your incantation. You will soon.
So the way it works is these guys are close to me, so when I hit evasive fire, which is what I'm using now, it actually causes me to backflip. But only if I'm targeting the guy that's actually close to me. As you can see, it'll use up my discipline. It doesn't use up much, and discipline regens at a decent rate. So, I mean, the discipline use really isn't that big of a deal unless you have guys that are just like staying in your face all the time. So, but yeah, I mean, I do like evasive fire. I just like the AoE of Bola Shot right now, so that's what I'll probably be using the most.
Help me find my gear. Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
I must kill the Skeleton King.
Then our aims align.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can definitely see the larger radius when I hit that group with it, because they all blew up because of the explosions, where normally I probably would only clip part of them.
What made it?
I will know soon.
Let's see, DPS increase here, 32, nope.
Down this way. There he's free. Do not let him in. I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order. If it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I usually prefer to be alone, but I will make an exception for a warrior like yourself.
Black magic bars our way, but the... You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this?
The Coven is my brotherhood now. The powers we serve will soon rule this world.
If we find the sacred tomes of my order, they are mine.
Nope.
Very well.
Still not an increase.
Then onwards we go to fight the skeleton.
Whoops. I think I just told him I don't want him. Guess I'll go without him for now. Hopefully that doesn't taint your guys' view of the video too much. In the other videos I have had him, so maybe I will go grab him so it's a fair comparison. I'll teach him how to heal, just like the other ones had.
I will use it well.
You know, I just noticed this. It doesn't look like he has a name, unless he's just named Templar, which is really lame. In Diablo 2, the mercenaries all had names, which is kind of cool, because you could keep randomly looking through all the mercenaries until you found a name that you really liked. So, I think it's kind of cool if they actually give them a name. Found a pretty decent amount of blue items, yeah? Kind of salvaged a whole bunch of them earlier and picking them up again. I think I came through here about this same experience level in my warrior, so not bad. I think I remember wanting to have leap attack on him.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
I do like the extra explosion radius on the bola shot, which I had more large groups of enemies to fight with it to kind of really show off how effective it is. But it is fairly effective.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the King of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so
Check through my skills again. I missed that rapid fire earlier. Let's make sure I didn't miss any other ones. Nope. I'm gonna change evasive fire out for impale with the stun. I think you can stun the Skeleton King, so we'll see how much we can lock him up. I may just opt to use rapid fire for the damage, but I'm curious to see how well you can stun the Skeleton King. Alright, let's give this a go. I'm gonna try just to stun lock him to death. So, let's see, we got a 1.5 second stun, so maybe like stun, shot, something like that may work. Oh, he's immune there. There's the stun. Oh, he's trying to summon minions and he can't do it. Oh look, he got one gas off. Oh. Interrupted him during that charge. Yeah, I'm running out of hatred now, but if I could attack faster, I bet I could keep him stunned pretty much full time. So, if I was dual wielding these instead of just single. Hopefully they fix that where you can't just stun the, like, all the bosses to death like that. I have to imagine they will. I mean, he is just kind of like a mini boss. He's not like the boss of the act, so. But hopefully they do some kind of balancing on that, because being able to stun that many times is kind of ridiculous. Check out these boots.
Until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight
pretty terrible boots.
was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo
I'm gonna keep the movement
raised
speed boots I
Leoric
have
from the
actually.
dead
Not
as the
even use these.
Skeleton King,
Probably
until the
salvage
monarch's
them.
son, Aiden, vanquished him.
But that's that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I only have one other class left to do, and it's going to be the Wizard. Probably get it out sometime this weekend. So if you guys have any feedback on this video, if there's anything you're interested to know about the beta that you would like to see video of, just leave a comment below and let me know, and I will do my best to get back to you, or even make a video showing off what you're interested in. After I do the next class video for the playthrough with the Wizard, after that I may actually be doing a review of each class at level 13 and going through the different runed abilities and even new skill abilities they have. Some classes have new skills in this patch 13 that they did not have access to in previous patches. The Demon Hunter is actually one of those. He gains access to Strafe, which he did not have access to in prior versions of the beta, so I'll be able to show off Strafe and what it does, and along with any of the other abilities that he will get to rune. So we'll be going through each class like that. So if there's one particular class that you're interested in seeing first, by all means throw it in the comments, let me know. Otherwise, you guys have a great night. Until next time.